Alright, this video is for the review of using algebra to solve for complementary, supplementary, and vertical angles. Okay, so this is the review. It looks like this. If you have not done that yet, you need to do it now. And then play the video and see whether or not you got them right or wrong. I'm going to write down the answers. Let me see how many questions there were total. 12. Well, maybe I can. All right. Okay, so if you've already done the review, you should be able to check yourself now. If not, then you need to stop the video, work out the problems, and then check yourself. Watch the video after you've done all the problems by yourself, and then see if you missed any. Pay close attention to those numbers. So number 1, I'll do as many as I can on the paper, just for simplicity, but a lot of times they don't leave us much room. These two angles are complementary, and you can tell by the little box here. So that means they add up to 90. Complementary means 90. So when I set my equation up, well, actually, we did it a different way. We're going to take 90 minus 41 first and get 49. So 90 minus 41 is 49. So that means that this equals 49 degrees. So our equation will be 5x plus 4 equals 49 degrees, because we know that this part equals 49. We're going to subtract 4 from both sides, and then we divide by 5. And number 1 is D. All right, number 2, we're going to start with taking 29 away from 90. We get 61. So that means this 4x plus 1 equals 61. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. Divide by 4, and we get that x is 15. Keep moving. First thing we're going to do is take 43 from 90 and get 47, which means this side equals 47 degrees. So 6x plus 5 equals 47. I subtract 5 from both sides and then divide by 6. So x equals 7 on number 3. Number 4 is a little bit more complicated. The only way to do this one is to add these two together and set them equal to 90. If you had trouble on this, I understand. So I'm going to put my 1 in there. And I'm also going to just label, I got an X, I got a number, I got an X, I got a number. so I can tell what I can put together. I'm going to put my two numbers together, and then I'm going to put my two x's together. So I have 3x plus 12 equals 90, because 1 plus 11 is 12, and 2 plus 1 is 3. Now I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. I get 3x equals 90 minus 12, which is 78. Then I divide by 3, and 78 divided by 3 is 26. So the answer is B. So notice the difference here. What we did was, since we didn't know either of them, the only thing that we could do is add them together and set them equal to 90, because together they do make 90 degrees. If they don't tell you one of them, if they give you expressions for both of them, in other words, then all you can do is add them together and set them equal to 90. All right, the same thing's going to happen down here. They don't tell us either one, so the only thing that we can do is add them together and have them equal 90. I'm going to put my two x's together. I'm going to get 6x plus 12 equals 90. Then I'm going to subtract 12. And 90 minus 12 is 78, and I know that because we just did it. Then I'm going to divide by 6, and I should get 13, but we'll check it and see. Yeah. Okay. Now we're getting into the supplementary, which means they make a straight line like this. See how they're side by side? If I turned my paper like this, you might be able to see it better. So, oops. Notice how they create this straight line. But I'm going to turn it back around so we can read it. Since they create the straight line, I'm going to add them together, and I'm going to equal 180. Then I'm going to subtract 33, and 180 minus 33, 147. Then I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides, and 147 divided by 3 is 49. Which is A. All right, number 7 is also supplementary. Notice how they create the straight line. So we're going to add them together. And it's going to equal 180. I'm going to put my two numbers together. 2 plus 82 is 84. And I'm going to draw my line down. Subtract 84 from both sides. (180 minus 84 is 96. And then if I divide by 3, I'm going to get 32. Number 8 is also supplementary. They're going to add together and be 180. I have two x's this time. So I'm going to put my x's together. I get 7x. Then I subtract 5. And 5 away from 180 is 175. And I don't know what 175 divided by 7 is. 25. Makes sense. If I have 7 quarters, I'd have $1.75. Okay, let's keep moving. These are also supplementary. You can tell because it creates the straight line there. I'm going to add them together. And it's going to equal 180. 143 plus 14 is 157. So x plus 157 equals 180. All I did was put my numbers together right here. Now I'm going to subtract 157. 180 minus 157 is 23, which is letter D. All right, number 10 is supplementary as well. They're side by side and they create a straight line. So I have 5x plus 100 equals 180. I'm going to subtract 100. Then I'm going to divide by 5. And 80 divided by 5 is 16. So number 10 is 16. Number 11, Number 11 is vertical angles. They're straight across from each other and they're equal. So 4x equals 36. We're going to divide by 4 on both sides and x equals 9. Number 12, also vertical angles. So we're going to set them equal. 6x plus 5 equals 77. Notice I kind of rewrote it a little bit. This makes more sense for students. And I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, which is 72. Divide by 6, and we get 12. All right, we got 3 more to go. 13, 14, and 15. And they are vertical angles, I can tell already. So we have vertical angles here. I'm going to set them equal. 4x plus 3 equals 43. Subtract 3 from both sides. 4x equals 40. Then I'm going to divide by 4. 40 divided by 4 is 10. Number 14. These are vertical angles. They're straight across from each other. That means they're congruent. So 6x plus 1 equals 43. I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. 43 minus 1 is 42. Then we divide by 6, and we get x is 7. All right, number 15, again, these are vertical angles, so straight across from each other. So 2x equals 30. We divide by 2, x equals 15. All right, so that's the end of the review. If you watched the whole thing and you still don't understand, then you definitely need to raise your hand and ask me for help, and I will answer any questions that you have. Otherwise, you should be ready for your test, and you can ask me for the code.